Hi, everybody, and welcome to another edition of Litter Media Live. I'm your host, Mike Smith. Dan Ramey has the day off today as well as tomorrow. Dan's been hard at it, folks, over the last weekend. In fact, he worked all last weekend up at the Asheville 4th of July Festival, worked literally all night last night getting our package ready for you from the fireworks in Chillicothe last night. We want to show you that here in a little bit on our program. So, yeah, he's had a busy last 48 or so hours, so he's very well deserving of a couple of days off. So I'll be here with you at 11 o'clock today as well as tomorrow as we get you caught up on everything that's happening in and around our area. This is Wednesday, by the way, the day after the 4th of July, which I think, if my math correct, that makes it the 5th. What about the weather? Well, this is what we have from the National Weather Service. Warm temperatures expected today. We're looking for mostly sunny skies with a chance of a pop-up shower maybe this afternoon or tonight. You know how it is in Ohio this time of year when all that humidity and high temperature gets together. It has a way of kind of generating what we call a pop-up thunderstorm, and that is a possibility this afternoon and tonight, although not really saying that is a definite for our area. So just keep an eye on that for you if you're going to do anything outdoors today or this evening. Just kind of plan on a possibility of a shower or two, but not 100% certain that is going to take place. Just trying to keep you apprised of what the possibilities are out there so that you will be prepared. A lot to talk about here from over the weekend. What's coming up here over the next couple of days. We'll again show you the grand finale of last night's fireworks in Chillicothe. All that coming up here on the Wednesday edition of Litter Media Live. I want to let you know that some of our great sponsors that are with us each day include Accurate Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing, your trusted comfort advisor. In fact, you've heard me talk many times on this program that I have the maintenance package where twice a year they'll come out and make sure that everything is running correctly, and they did that here just recently. And I think I even shared on the program that I had changed our air filter, I thought, like two and a half, 3 weeks back. But that thing was really dirty and needed to be changed already, and the maintenance guy said, yeah, with all of this Canadian wildfire smoke that we've had in that area, that happens. So if you have a furnace filter that you need to change, you might need to do a little bit more periodically because of those environmental circumstances. Also, don't forget Scioto Valley Dumpsters. They'll give you a free quote on an orange dumpster that you can help get cleaned up in and around your area. Maybe it's the farm, maybe it's your house, maybe you're doing a fix-up project. You'll need one of these. Scioto Valley Dumpsters will give you that quote at 253-8389. That's 253-8389, and tell Carl that Dan and Mike sent you. So we want to take you back to last night and the closing moments of what was a great fireworks show. Yeah, I think you would possibly refer to that as a slam bang finish. And all compliments of the great sponsors who pitched in on the fireworks display, and of course the Ohio Pyrotechnic Arts Guild that put it all together. Now, if you missed the show in person last night, you can go to our Litter Media YouTube site. Dan has already gotten, that's part of what he was doing all night last night, getting all of that put together. So if you want to watch all 20-some minutes of that great show that we had last night in Chillicothe, go to Litter Media YouTube and take a look. In case you missed it over the weekend, Ohio Governor Mike DeWine signed the next 2 years budget bill here in the state of Ohio. And if this got by you, the big deal that everybody's talking about in this budget bill includes the Ed Choice program. And what that does, if you choose to take your kids from a public school, let's say, for example, to a private school, the money, a big part of that money that the state sends to the public school will follow your kid to the private school. Take a look at that story. You've got a link there on our Facebook page. As you know, where we've had some issues with our website at littermedia.com over the last few days. We are working on it. We believe we have a possible fix in the offing. But in the meantime, that story can be found on our Facebook page, as you can see the link right there. What a big honor for the Waverly Tigers Marching Band. They announced yesterday that they are going to be performing at the Ohio State Skull Session at St. John Arena. I know it says St. John's, but it's St. John Arena on October the 21st. That's prior to the Ohio State-Penn State game. And most of you Buckeye fans know all about the Skull Session. That's held at St. John Arena, prior to the game, about 2.5 hours or so, get everybody all fired up. Of course, yes, the Ohio State Marching Band, they'll be performing as well, but they always bring in a high school band to perform, and the Waverly Tigers Marching Band has been invited to come and do that on the 28th. So, yeah, that's a big deal, folks. Congratulations. They got a great band down at Waverly High School. Speaking of big deals, Fayette County Historical Society Museum, or the Morris Sharp House, has been, an iconic setting in Washington Courthouse for many years. Well, if you are a resident or maybe you've been in the museum in years past, you'll know that they've been doing some renovation. Well, they recently had the grand reopening with restoration completed, and they've gotten that back open. The Fayette County Historical Society was founded in 1948 and bought the house in 1958. It's located at 517 Washington Avenue in Washington Courthouse and is open Saturdays and Sundays from 1 to 4 p.m., but I know that they are tickled to get that reopened again. Not too far removed from the 4th of July fireworks, the Mount Logan branch of Chillicothe Ross Public Library is having a science experiment for the kids, and it's all themed on fireworks. Now, there's no actual fireworks that'll be present, but they'll be talking to the kids about how they work, and that's coming up, again, at the Mount Logan Library branch tomorrow, July 6th, at 2:30 p.m. Chillicothe Civic Theater is announcing audition dates for their fall show of Arsenic and Old Lace. Auditions will be held on July the 12th at 6:30 p.m., and then the following night, the 13th, at 6:30. Those who are auditioning only need to attend one audition date, not both. All those auditioning, though, must be present at the theater at 6:30 p.m. on one date or the other. Materials will be provided to you at the audition. The auditions will be held at the Chillicothe Civic Theater, 83 South Walnut Street in Chillicothe. If you've never seen that play or watched that movie, it is hilarious. The Ohio Means Job Pike County van is hitting the road again. Come and learn about the exciting and empowering programs provided at the Community Action Committee of Pike County. Coming up, the next event is July the 18th. Keep an eye out for the van as it'll be parked on the lot adjacent to the Brass Monkey. It's a restaurant there in Waverly. And then again on August the 4th, the van will be at the Pike County Fair. Learn about the services being offered and how to apply. Pioneer Center students, their staff, and Pioneer student families and staff families are invited to their pool party coming up on July the 19th. That'll be at the Chillicothe City Pool from 7 p.m. to 9:30 p.m. They're still asking those that are invited to make sure they get an RSVP in. You can see the email there down at the bottom of the screen, or give Pioneer Center a call for more information. And naturalist programs will be hosted by the Tar Hollow State Park on July the 5th and the 9th. All programs are subject to change. Notify the naturalist if special accommodations are needed for your participation, such as wheelchairs. Children must be accompanied by adult at all times, so make sure that you take that in. Road report today, we're talking about over in Athens County. This project's been going for some time. A major rehabilitation taking place on US 33 and US 50 interchange. Now, the pavement is being removed and replaced with full-depth asphalt pavement. Additionally, a roundabout is being constructed at Stimson Avenue, not too far from the convo. Guardrail drainage and lighting improvements are also being planned. So that is over in the Athens area. If you're traveling over there, just be prepared. That's a look at our topics. We have sports coming up on Litter Media Live.
If you can't give true love to me, I'll understand. Just
it's only worth it if you enjoy it. Michelob Ultra.
As a professional race car driver, I live for speed, power, and performance on and off the track. That's why I use the Dixie Chopper, the world's fastest lawnmower. Race into your local dealership today and test drive a new Dixie Chopper.
Whenever I first applied for the Archways opportunity, do I have to pay this back? Do I have to do that? Like, is it a loan? And it's not. It's a scholarship. A goal of mine is to graduate college debt-free. If you're a crew member, you get $2,500 a year, and if you're a manager, you get $3,000. And especially if you're going locally to college, like to the branch or something like that, it's really helpful.
And don't forget, it's Meet the Manager Day, 2 to 5 today at McDonald's in Chillicothe, Circleville, Waverly, and Greenfield.
At Rathkamp Financial, we act as your advocate in all wealth matters. We believe in long-term relationships and working to earn your continued trust with our customized investment solutions. Our greatest satisfaction comes from working with clients for many years and helping them realize their dreams.
Let's move into sports. Chillicothe Junior, or incoming junior, Mercer Cutright, and his Vanguard under-16 Bell volleyball team won, that's right, they won the AAU National Club Championship over the weekend. Congratulations. I had a chance to interview Mercer here back during the end of the regular season for Chillicothe High School, where they won the first tournament match that boys volleyball had under OHSAA guidelines. But Mercer playing at that Vanguard club level, and they won the national championship over the weekend. Congratulations to Mercer and all of those players out of the Columbus area. Told you about this on Monday, but a little bit more about it. The Chillicothe Paints won the Prospect League first half Ohio River Valley Division Championship. They've been off the last 2 days, and the second half of the season opens tonight. So, of course, the Paints, with winning the first half, they're clinching a playoff spot and will host the Ohio River Valley Division Championship in the first round of the Prospect League playoffs. And, of course, that comes up, I believe, in early August. Cincinnati Reds, they keep on rolling. Beat the Washington Nationals yesterday afternoon. Actually, that was an 11 o'clock start. I think they wanted to get that out of the way because of all of the 4th of July festivities in the nation's capital. But the Reds win it yesterday 8-4 in an afternoon game. They go back to playing in the evening tonight. I believe that is a 7:05 first pitch. By the way, the Milwaukee Brewers lost to the Cubs yesterday, so the Reds are a full game up on the Brewers in the National League Central. The American League Central, the Guardians trail the Minnesota Twins by 1 game, despite the Guardians' 6-5 win last night over the Atlanta Braves. I want to remind you again about the Fellowship of Christian Athletes basketball camp that's coming up for the Scioto Valley area. They're calling it a Power Camp. That's coming up July 19th or 21st. I'm pretty sure there's still time. If you get it done quickly, get signed up for that camp. Also, speaking of basketball, a reminder that the Uptown Classic 3-on-3 tournament in Circleville, that is coming up July the 22nd, and it, is, of course, is sponsored by Uptown Circleville. And, of course, we told you about the All-Star game yesterday. Actually, I keep thinking we were here yesterday. We were not. It was on Monday. The Reds and the Guardians both represented there as far as what's coming up in the All-Star game. That's next week, by the way, out in Seattle. When we come back, we'll be taking a look at this date in history, taking you back to the year 1865. And no, it doesn't have anything to do with the Civil War. Honest, I promise. I know we do a lot of Civil War stuff, but not today. Coming up next after this.
You haven't had vodka soda like this. No one has. Made with the world's smoothest vodka plus real juice. New White Claw Vodka Soda.
Find a career you love with Pickaway Ross Adult Education. Skilled trades careers are in high demand with no signs of slowing down. Pickaway Ross offers career training programs with expert instructors and hands-on learning tactics to create a variety of opportunities. Visit our website for more information.
For transportation options in Ross County, call Ross County Health District's Mobility Management Team, 740-779-9652.
This is Andy Tomlinson. When ensuring what's important to you, our agents are there when you need us the most. Tomlinson Insurance, for the best coverage at the best cost. Visit us online at tomlinsonins.com to learn more.
All right, back with you as we close out here on this Wednesday Litter Media Live broadcast, taking you back to the year 1865. Isn't this a stately-looking gentleman? 1865, in the East End of London, England, revivalist preacher William Booth and his wife Catherine established the Christian mission later known as the Salvation Army. Determined to wage war against the evils of poverty and religious indifference with military efficiency, Booth molded his Methodist sect after the British Army, labeling uniformed ministers as officers and new members as recruits. But it all began on this date back in 1865. William and Catherine Booth getting the Salvation Army underway. And that'll be a wrap on this Wednesday program. Hopefully everybody had a happy and safe holiday yesterday as we get back into, the everyday work thing, I guess. But we're going to be one day short. I know whenever we have a holiday like that, it's kind of like, okay, now what day is this? So don't get, if you have any appointments at the doctor or so forth, you might want to double check your calendar to make sure that you're getting where you need to be on the right day. Again, I'll be going solo again tomorrow as Dan getting a couple of much-deserved days off that he's been busy last weekend and again all night last night. And again, don't forget, you can find the Chillicothe fireworks display on our Litter Media YouTube site. Dan loaded that actually early this morning after being up all night working on it. So get give him a pat on the back by clicking on that and taking a look. I don't think you'll be disappointed. So until tomorrow at 11 o'clock, for Dan Ramey, this is Mike Smith saying have a great day, everybody, from all of us at Litter Media Live.